Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, Second Breath. Tonight we are going to follow up with Pink Fox. She is at the Botomapu Club, and we will see what, what trouble she can cause or avoid this evening.
Tonight Pink Fox has two things on her agenda. First thing is a very minor thing, but it's something that, given how the events that happened, should we say, following the unpleasantness with Ogawa, Pink Fox is just going to review the security footage at the club for that particular night. Specifically at the point where she remembered the time where she kind of remembers that she arrived at Ogawa's residence to the wee hours of the morning when the sun broke over the horizon. Obviously, these things kind of go on for a little while, so obviously there'll be a bit of, lots of fast forwarding, but specifically she's kind of trying to see if she can spot herself coming into the club that night, and any time, basically, specifically for the cameras that may be pointed at the entrance, and any cameras that were quite close to the route, door, whatever, leading up to the office where she awoke that particular night.
Okay. So at probably later in the evening than you were expecting, you can see yourself showing up, walking into the club, passing by a few individuals, speaking with a couple of the other dancers, the bartender and whatnot. Then after mingling for about half an hour or so, you see Makoto come into the club, and you can see Pink Fox and him speaking briefly. Then the two of them and one of the other dancers goes into the manager's office. And about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, you can see Makoto leaving the manager's office, and then about a half hour after that, you can see the other dancer leaving and going and getting her stuff and heading home.
And I'm presuming that she had no dress on.
Yes, she was just walking with skirt and bra top when she left the room.
And does Pink Fox recognize said dancer?
Yeah. I can grab a name in a second if you want a specific name, but you do know who it is. It isn't one of the newer girls. It's someone that's been there long enough that you're somewhat familiar with her.
Yeah. That's okay. Jason is going to mentally keep that name in mind. Well, at least write it down anyway for something we can do at another time if you want.
Okay. Yep.
But, yeah, Pink Fox, in character, however, Pink Fox is going to and keep those names in her mental jiggy box. If that doesn't even make sense. Jiggy. Where do I come with this stuff? But yeah, now that that's done, Pink Fox is then going to give an old friend a call, specifically that of Hiroshi Ono.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, it's me. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Fox. Doing pretty good, actually. Sorry, I haven't been by the club to see you much. Been pretty busy here at the office.
That's understandable. I mean, like last few times that we've talked, you said you've been really studying for that promotion. You think you can spare like an hour or two for me?
Yeah, you know what? I think I deserve a good break. I think I can call her quits a little early tonight. Yeah. You're still working at the same club?
Oh yeah. An awesome story though. Do you wanna come down and I'll tell you in person?
Yeah. I can be there about half hour or so.
Cool. I'll see you then.
And he'll say farewell and hang up. And
Didn't. During that half an hour, Pink Fox she's going to arrange for a particular VIP booth, VIP section, whatever it is. Basically, a place where the two of them can like sit and talk and probably have like a drink or two. Just some place that's somewhat. I'm not saying it's isolated, but it's away from like the main stage area, and it's somewhat quiet enough to the point where they don't have to shout at each other.
okay. Yeah, he's probably about 5 minutes later than he expected, but he does show up and looks around and sees you.
Yeah, she's very hard to miss when she wants to be seen. So Pink Fox does her usual, boisterous greetings.
Hi.
Trots over.
How you doing?
Hi. Doing okay. It's good to see you again. Should we get a private room or?
Already arranged it. Follow me.
And she'll give by the hand up to the VIP section that's reserved. She's reserved. And I'll let him sit down.
It's still Asahi, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He'll smile.
Okay.
And Pink Fox will get a pair of Asahi beers from the lady that's carrying around basically the waitress, for lack of a better expression, because they're not quite right waitresses.
Yeah.
I'll probably eventually.
So, give me the good. Do you want to give me the good news, or shall I give you the even greater news?
Well, I've gotten wasn't like a jump up promotion, kind of more like what they call a lateral promotion, but I have I did score well on my application, and there's just a little bit of rounding out my training, but I've been given more responsibilities and a few more perks. Actually, I should probably keep in mind that this would be a good spot to for meeting clients. At least I'd be wouldn't feel so on the spot trying to talk with all the pleasant distractions and the sound in the background.
Mm-hmm. Your clients obviously wouldn't feel the same way. Genius.
Yeah, it might even the playing field a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm. Hope that doesn't mean you're immune to boobs now.
No, not definitely not.
Well, you ready for this?
Sure. What were you saying? You had some good news?
Yeah. I partially own this club now.
Really?
Yeah. I had a bit of a talk with the manager. Well, it's like this. About a couple of months ago, Mr. Tobitsa, the manager here, he told me that the club was being bought out by a group called Coseco Securities, and it was kind of strange because, well, I've got some friends in the business aspect, the businesses of Kyoto, and they kind of told me that Coseco Securities is, well, basically it kind of is. It's an investment company from Tokyo, but they've been buying out places in Kyoto like no one's business. And most of the businesses that they've bought out, they've eventually sold on after either doing well with them, but feeling that they wanted to do other things, or as is most of the cases, they kind of ran them into the ground and sold them on. So it kind of, it made me and it made some of my friends and Mr. Tobita a little bit nervous. So we all got together and put some money together and made a offer to the owner of the club. And we kind of just bought the place because the owner felt that he had his time with the business, and he wanted to do other stuff, and we felt that we would be the best custodians for the club, and he also felt that he needed to be loyal to his employees, or former employees. He's still going to be around, but he's just not. He's not the owner of the club anymore. Yeah, I'm still going to be working here. I'm still going to do the same shift. I'm still going to do everything that I need to do. But I have more clout, as it were, with what goes on here. Oh yeah, this might be something that you might be interested, or some of your friends might be interested. But we're having words with this company, and we might be having a guest appearance by Ike Kuranai.
Oh,
You remember her, don't you?
I am familiar with the name. Yes.
Yeah. That kid's huge.
he'll
She,
still
like,
blush at that.
Yeah, makes the cartoony gesture with her hands.
That definitely gets him to blush still.
Yeah. She's going to be. In fact, we've already got the posters and the banners, and we put them all up on social media and anywhere that we can.
And she actually takes out a phone and clicks and clicks and clicks, and she brings up the poster or the thing that they put up on social media, and she kind of shows him, and obviously have the dates and times and everything like that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you phoned me before that happened instead of waiting till after.
Well, you've always been one of our best customers.
Yeah.
I mean, and who knows? Maybe if you're having kind of a, once you've gotten your promotion type thing, and meeting with clients and things like that, you can come here on that night, and whatever it is you're doing, you can focus, or at least focus better than they can. Yeah.
Yeah, that I might maybe I should invite some of my superior officers out. That might be a good impression on them.
Yeah, maybe. Probably be better. Well, we don't really get that many Americans around here, but I mean, there's a lot of. I don't know. I only see stuff on movies and things like that. Are there really as many American advisors and things like that in the JSDF?
Not as much as they were when it was first formed. We get the odd one. There's some branches have a token one if there's a military base nearby, but they don't really we don't rely on them as much. We're finding that the more used to the systems that we have gotten over the decades, the less efficient their agents seem to be. So we don't rely on them as much as we used to.
Well, maybe I mean, maybe if you have a couple of American guys who want to come down here and see what Japan has to offer, that's cool. Not, their loss. Um, but yeah, we're really good that we got this club when we did, and Koseko Security kind of backed off when we kind of made our move to buy the place. I mean, I don't know. Have you heard any of the stuff about Koseko Securities?
Not sure I'm familiar with the name. I mean, I know there's a couple of different investment firms and stuff, but we haven't really been, at least none of them have been crossing my desk or attracting any of our attention. Is there stuff that maybe we should be glancing in that direction for?
I don't know. I mean, I only hear things, and well, the way that it was kind of worded to me, it made me feel uneasy. Well, this is what I was told when I asked what Koseko Securities was, and what things that they did in Kyoto. Well, the most biggest success story that they ever had was this company called Tomaki Industries. They're kind of finance core or whatever. It's still going on, but I don't know. I mean, they did at one point own this building, this warehouse, which, I'm guessing this was like maybe in like insider stuff, but that warehouse it was in the news like earlier this year, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't really deal with it too much. We kind of just let the locals work on it because we determined it wasn't an international thing. I haven't heard of them catching up with the responsible individuals, but
No. I mean, he did kind of say to me once that they probably fled the country.
if that's the case, then yeah, it's not really something we would be chasing after, and the locals couldn't do anything. So just kind of, I guess, wait and see if anybody shows up or if any of the missing artworks shows up. I'm sure our friends in Europe or the States will give us a heads up. I mean, that information has been shared at least.
Yeah. But there was one other thing that kind of... Well, I only heard like a whisper of it. I just kind of like overheard it from like one of the clients that we had at one point. I thought it was kind of like stupid at first, kind of like one of those hoity-toity, there's me trying to sound New York. One of these, really silly names that you give to like gangs and things like that. But when like my friend of a friend like did a bit of looking up into this thing, they kind of brought up this name which kind of rang a bell, and now I've kind of like started to get the pieces. Have you ever heard of this thing called the Akaryu?
Akaria?
Akaryu, the Red family.
Oh. He kind of looks a little awkward for a moment, and then I have heard that term. I don't know if I can really confirm anything, but I have heard I have heard of that family. Yes, they were implicated in that drug den that had the big shootout last fall. Um,
Are they dangerous?
that investigation, I believe, did not bring anything to light. Are you had any dealings with them, or?
No, but I did hear the name from one of the clients. Just walking past them, I just walked past them, heard the name, and I was like, oh, that's stupid. Kind of like you usually would. But then, a little bit later, the friend of the friend mentions that, and light bulb. And I'm starting to think, is this Kazeko security connected to them somehow, like a Yakuza? And, well, considering that they backed out of buying the club, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it's a very very puzzling, interesting. There was somebody here at the club, you said, eh?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, yeah, I'd if you encounter that in your club, just feel free to just kind of give me a heads up, just because I mean, especially if you've got concerns with this group had tried to purchase the club, then if they're frequenting your club, that might be I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'll keep my eyes and ears open. If I see the guy, I mean, I kind of remember what he looks like. If I see the guy on the security cameras or anything like that, I'll try and get a screenshot of them. And, well, if I do find something though, and I do give it to you, who are you going to talk to?
I mean, if you're it just it depends exactly what's going on. That's all. Just be careful.
Yeah, well. So, besides studying all that much, any anything else been happening with your life?
Well, I as I said, it was I've been pretty busy, so I've been work's been keeping me busy. I haven't been out socializing too much, but I've been making some good acquaintances at work. Going out as workmates, so that's good.
Anyone I should know about?
No, just the other people in the office. Nothing. I mean, I'll like I said, I hadn't even thought about it, but I'm sure quite a few of them would enjoy coming to your well, now it's your establishment, coming here to do that. Come here.
Yeah, I'm sure they would, but I mean, come on. There's bound to be someone out there that you've got eyes for. And I don't mean just me.
Well, I haven't really given it too much thought. I mean, there's like I'm sure we've mentioned before. I mean, there's some girls at the office that, are much younger and single ladies, but I'm pretty busy, and it's not always the easiest to try to get to know coworkers like that.
Nothing easy is ever worth accomplishing. Besides, the least that you can do is try. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Maybe they'll see you as a friend. Maybe they're holding some feelings of their own. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'd never thought, if I had never even thought about buying this club, mention it to my friends, mention it to Mr. Tobita, who knows, maybe this Kuseiko security would be owning this place. Or I might be out of a job. Or, the business might be in dire straits. Right now, it's kind of healthy. We've renovated the place, as you kind of see. How'd you like those seats, by the way?
They look pretty comfortable. Yeah, other than the seats, I mean, can't really place. It doesn't really look too different. I mean, you reupholstered, but there's just something about just kind of, I don't know. I had to do a double take when I walked in the door because it kind of felt like things were different, but it looks pretty much the same.
Yeah, it feels more spacious, doesn't it? It feels less cramped and claustrophobic. I mean, not that it was claustrophobic to begin with, but, everything, it just feels a lot more. There's less rigid edges, There's a lot more flow to it.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to describe it, or at least I guess if that's what you were looking for, that kind of is what it was like. It was just something hard to describe, just a little bit different, I guess.
It's kind of the way that you should probably. I'm not saying that's the way that you should live your life, because, not everyone lives their life the same way, but do you remember that thing that I told you about, this thing that I said to you earlier this year about kicking life in the teeth?
Yeah, I've been, you know what, I really found that inspiring. I've been focusing a lot of that in, how I've been dealing with myself at work.
Has anyone noticed a difference? You being more positive?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I managed to get that lateral promotion, and people seem to be talking to me differently. So, like they're. I mean, for some of them, it's almost like they just started noticing me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You're on the right track.
Well, you've I guess what's the Greek word? You're my muse, I guess. I enjoy the support therapy sessions.
Well, I'm glad I could have help in that regard.
Yeah,
And I'm really happy to see how far you've come in the last 6 months or so.
Well, I guess I haven't even realized how helpful our chats have been. I should make sure I make some me time.
Oh, don't wear yourself out. But yeah. Well, I'm glad that you've. I'm glad to see that I've been such a positive influence in your life, and maybe next time that we see each other, you'll be telling me some really good news.
Yeah, yeah. It's nothing as big as becoming a huge business person, like you. But um, yeah, I think it's yeah, things are going good, going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. So, plans. Once you've gotten the lateral promotion, where do you want to go from there?
Well, it's I'm starting to get used to or exposed to different things. So I mean that's what's going to help round me up. If I can catch a a big break or end up dealing with something anyhow that can show what I'm capable of. That should cement a good promotion in the right direction.
Cool. Cool. And anything else?
No, that's just small targets. Reach the next goal and then go from there.
Mm-hmm. So now talking to the office ladies and stuff.
Well, I mean that's incidental. That's I mean like yeah, we said I should I got to make more me time. I got to make some more me time.
Mm-hmm.
And
With anyone specific?
I would have to give that more thought, I guess.
Why are you lying?
Hmm.
Why are you lying?
Well, I
Just the whole
just
cartoony. She does the whole cartoony point and swivelly finger around, which I'm doing.
I really, I mean, I've had a few fleeting thoughts here and there, but I haven't really given it real thought. I don't even know which of the girls that have caught my eye are even interested or available for relationships.
I know that look. You're lying. You're lying.
No, honest. He's
you
getting
lying?
blushing a little bit. I just
She still does the whole why you lying.
You got one in particular. You know she had a crush.
you're I really shouldn't have put off coming here. You're very good at helping me relax.
So, what's your name?
Tell me. I honestly I don't have anyone specific.
Tell me.
It's I got to give this some thought. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm sure she's cute, whatever she looks like.
I mean, obviously, in comparison to it kind of looks around any of the girls around here. I mean, but I mean, she's the girls are pretty, yeah, cute, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
cute.
Maybe they're too young for me.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, the cute look is always cool, but it's always something else that attracts you. It's always something about their personality.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And I guess it's hard to tell if you don't really know them that well. So we'll I'll find. I guess I'll find out more. Tell you what, maybe I'll have a little bit more to talk about the next time I come. If you're that intensely interested in my personal life like that.
I hope so. So let me put it this way. I don't know anyone else who deserves it as much as you.
That's awfully sweet of you to say.
Well, you know, I mean, out of everyone that usually comes in these clubs, you're actually one of the nicer people that I've met. And, you know, I mean, I can't think of, well, there's not too many people that I can safely say I really wish the best in their life, and I really wish that they had a bigger break. You know?
Oh, that's I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say.
I mean, I know it's probably going to be like really, really, really difficult for you. It's really hard, especially when you're going into like a situation where, you don't have as, you have little to no confidence because, it's something that's so alien to you. And so, so, if you've never experienced it before, or if you're only experiencing it for the first time, then, you're going to start to fumble around with the words. You'll be you feel like you're crashing headfirst into a situation where you fear the worst is going to happen. But what's that English expression? Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before.
Well, you can't always, expect that you'll, always come out on top. And you can't always expect that you'll succeed in every venture. But, every journey begins with a single step. Going up to that girl, talking to her, saying hello. That's just step one.
Yeah, I that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, and I've been starting to do that kind of stuff with work and that. So
Well then, maybe next time you go to work, you'll go to that one girl that I know you've got a crush on. And you'll say hello.
I'll let you know the next time I see you on the situation, on how things go.
And I feel so tempted to do a few dice rolls for this thing. Would this be an empathy or actually like
Which are you trying to?
basically, we're just trying to get him more confident. Basically do the same thing as we did earlier in the year. We told him to go kick life in the teeth.
Okay. Well, other than the fact that he still stutters, he does he's a little bit more confident. He didn't put up such a fight with respects to having to talk to girls.
Except for that one girl.
Yes. Well, he's been a little defensive there on that, I guess. Yeah, you can just do a manipulation empathy if you just want to kind of try to just kind of poke and prod through the conversations, and if you're gonna give them a lap dance and whatnot, since you are in the private room, and then you can just kind of try to inspire a little bit more in them.
Yeah. Would I be able to roll a soul bridge on him first to get some extra dice?
Yes, you can. You can.
Right, that's 3 successes. It's 3 extra dice.
Yep.
Right, you said manipulation, empathy.
Yeah.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. So yeah, he's got a little swagger in his step when he leaves that night.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And just for the lulz, because I haven't done this for a while, let's do the appearance performance roll.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, not so good this time. Actually, still good. That's still 6 successes.
Yeah, still pretty decent there. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, you can't really complain about 6 successes.
No, you can't.
So yeah, you managed to finish the time together, and yeah, I guess he leaves with a lot more confidence and definitely enjoys his private performance there. He does you do see he does double check the dates of your special guest, and want you to do a perception alertness roll as well.
Okay, ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. He seems to, as he leaves, like usually when he gets there, he's just kind of nervously looking around to look for you. When he leaves after you've got him all wound up and stuff, he pays a little bit more attention to the dancers. But you notice he seems to be not just glancing at the dancers, but he seems to be scanning the guests in the club as well as he leaves after his conversation with you.
Uh-huh. Good boy. Good boy.
And yeah, I believe we can probably end our scene here then.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for watching, viewers. Let's see how the seeds that Pink Fox is planting, whether they come to fruition or not. And as always, sayonara.
Sayonara.